Can NFTs go mainstream? Let's talk about it.
You are listening to NFT Talk Show, where we put the T in NFT. I am your host, Tony Payne, and if you have ever wanted to know anything and everything, including all the juicy deets about NFTs, you are in the right place. So buckle up, get ready, and let's go.
You are listening to the NFT Talk Show podcast. I am Tony Payne, and in today's episode, I will be discussing the question that I have been seeing a lot on these NFT streets. When will NFTs go mainstream? Can NFTs go mainstream? Will NFTs go mainstream? But before I continue, this episode is powered by the Champagners Social Club, bringing people together in Web3 and Web2. So it seems like a simple question, but yet kind of complex. So before I answer the question, let's first of all talk about what mainstream is to the NFT community. Mainstream to the NFT community means mass adoption, where with not only people in Web3 are using NFTs, where NFTs are the norm in terms of usage. So we know that NFTs are recorded on a blockchain. We know that NFTs prove provenance. We know that they prove ownership. So technically, when you really think about it, you can use NFTs for a variety of things, from ticketing to gaming to art and things like that. So now when we think about it going mainstream, I think the best use case would be NFTs that, you don't necessarily know that you are interacting with an NFT, but the technology is there helping you do what you need to do. When we think about how things go mainstream, there are certain factors that come into play. Sometimes it could be celebrity or influencer push. A lot of times it could be big brands adopting whatever it is and using it and pushing it to their customer base. It could also be platforms that have a huge user base, adopting whatever it is and pushing it to their users. So in the case of NFTs, I feel like in order for NFTs to go mainstream, these three things more than likely need to happen. And it's already happening. We're already seeing big brands start to, inquire and wonder about NFTs, as some already using NFTs. We've seen a lot of celebrities jump in and influencers jump into NFTs, and platforms. We've seen major platforms already using NFTs, but why hasn't it gone mainstream yet? All right, so even with some major brands adopting NFTs, even with some major platforms adopting NFTs and the celebrity push, there's still a lot of people that are resistant to NFTs. And I'll explain what I think are my top reasons why mainstream usage of NFTs has been a little bit hard to achieve. And some of my top reasons, I think, for me, number one is ease of use, right? If you want to, for the most part, not all NFTs, if you want to mint an NFT, you have to go through a whole lot of steps. And we live in an age where people like one and done. So the first thing that needs to happen is a lot of steps need to be cut out. Now, what do I mean by a lot of steps need to be cut out? In order to mint an NFT generally, you have to go through several steps. And one of those steps is obviously having a crypto wallet, getting the seed phrase, hiding your seed phrase, possibly getting crypto from a crypto marketplace, transferring it to your crypto wallet in case you need gas to mint the NFT. So it's just a lot of steps. It's like not one and done. And most people these days, don't have time or don't have patience. And I feel like in order for mass adoption to happen, one and done needs to be the play. And that's one of the things that I feel is stopping mass adoption, but there are other things that I feel are stopping mass adoption. Another thing that I think is an issue, like I said before in a previous episode, not all NFTs require you to purchase it, but It depends on the blockchain that you're minting on. You might need some money for gas fees. And that gas fees doesn't go to the NFTs, it goes to the miners to record the transaction on the blockchain. But again, we now have, or we've always had, it's just not as popular as the main blockchain for NFTs, which is Ethereum. We have blockchains like Polygon, where, little to no gas to get your NFTs minted, right? So I think with mass adoption, we're going to have to use blockchains like Polygon, or blockchains where you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to mint an NFT. So ease of use and not having a big financial transaction in order to get your NFTs are going to be huge factors for NFTs going mainstream. I think Polygon is going to be big. NFA, don't go running to buy Polygon because Tony said so, not financial advice. But it's a no-brainer because, again, Polygon, if you want to mint an NFT with Polygon, you literally pay pennies for gas as compared to Ethereum, where now the gas fees on Ethereum are much better. Now you can get like $1, $2 gas fees compared to 2021, where gas was upwards $300. Sometimes even more. We've seen crazy amounts of money just for gas alone. So little to no gas fee is going to be a huge factor. Currently, there's a company that does music NFTs. And I think I use them as an example a lot when I talk about mainstream adoption and ease of use. Pretty much all you need is your email address. You sign up with your email address on their website and you can go and mint an NFT. Now, the one thing I have noted though is that it acts a little differently than the NFTs you see on OpenSea. I'm not 100% sure what blockchain they mint on, but most of the NFTs that I have minted on their website stays on their website. It's not like I can use a crypto wallet. It doesn't use a crypto wallet. And then there are some websites as well, like when you sign up with your email, it will automatically create a wallet for you, but you signed up with your email. So those kind of cases will encourage mass adoption. So if we have companies like the music company that uses NFTs and platforms that are huge that are already adopting NFTs, why hasn't mainstream happened yet? Even though they have somewhat made it easy to use. I think there are also other factors that have not allowed for mainstream use of NFTs yet. First of all, when you think about mainstream, you think about problem solving. What problem does this thing solve? Now, if we start to use NFTs for everyday issues, then you're going to see more people more likely to use NFTs. Again, like I said, they might not even know that they're interacting with an NFT in order to use NFTs on a mainstream level. I think another issue that the word NFT, non-fungible token, has been unfairly, and I say it has been unfairly tagged in the media and by some people as a scam. Of course, it's not a scam, it's a technology. It's a non-fungible token. It's a technology that records on the blockchain and proves provenance and ownership of something. So it can't be a scam. It can be used by scammers, but it is not, the technology itself is not a scam. So I think that has been a major issue for mass adoption of NFTs, is the bad press that it has gotten because of misinformation. And that's one of the things that I think is a barrier to mainstream adoption of NFTs. Another factor that I think probably hinders mass adoption is security. Even within the Web3 space, if you're very familiar with the Web3 space and you are immersed in the Web3 space, you can still get your wallet hacked if you're not careful. You can still click scam links if you're not careful. But then again, that's that's not native to Web3. That's not native to NFTs. There's a lot of it within Web3 because people know that, these are assets. Like, okay, it's like, knowing that this house is full of valuable paintings, and thieves start to target that house, right? Because they know if they target that house, they can steal the paintings and, go sell it on the black market somewhere, right? So security is another issue I see for mainstream usage of NFTs. While ease of use, bad press, security, and the financial implications are, for me, some of the reasons at mainstream adoption might be hindered a little bit. I think there are more cases for why mainstream adoption is necessary. Why I believe so much that NFTs are going to go mainstream. It's not a case of if, it's a case of when. Um, a lot of us thought it was going to be last year. I remember during the Super Bowl, everybody was excited. Oh my God, they're going to talk about NFTs. Yay. And it just did not happen. But you know what? These things take time, and as expected, we'll wait. All right. So, what are some of the mainstream uses of NFTs that I see happening? One, I think NFTs will eventually start being used for movie tickets, right? Or movie membership. Like, if you want to go to the movie theater, you can buy like a yearly membership using an NFT. And when you get to the movie theater, you scan your NFT and you go in. Two, concerts. I think NFTs will be used for concerts, but imagine like you went to see, I don't know, one of your favorite musicians, and you have ownership of this NFT that proves that you attended this concert, and you have it forever, right? It's like it's a collectible, it's a digital collectible for you, saying I went to this concert. So we're going to see that as well for concerts. We're going to see that for loyalty clubs. I've talked about that before. Membership clubs to various things. Other mainstream uses of NFTs that I see happening are membership to restaurants. That's already happening. There is an NFT out there where it's an exclusive club token, exclusive membership token to get into a restaurant. I've seen NFTs that offer exclusive membership and entry to galleries. So we're going to start seeing a lot of things that, are token gated. Use NFTs to token gate whatever it is. You see golf clubs, right? So let's say you're a member of a golf club, and in order to get into your golf club, you have to have your NFT, and that's how you prove that you're a member, provenance of that membership to that golf club. Oh, brain fart. Okay, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? So, yeah. Then we're going to start seeing NFTs being used by the government. Yes, I think so. Again, it might not be as public because we talk about the blockchain being decentralized and things are transparent and we can see everything on the blockchain, but they do have private, I guess, servers where it's not accessible to everybody. And I think eventually we're going to start seeing things like maybe your driver's license, maybe your health records, maybe just your life are recorded on some digital ledger using non-fungible tokens. And it might not look like the kind of NFTs that we are used to, but it does not change the fact that it is an NFT. So I see that coming for mass adoption as well. So again, obviously, one of the most popular uses for NFTs right now is art. Art makes a whole lot of sense, right, for NFTs, because with art, when you purchase art is one of those things that you want to prove ownership to your asset, prove provenance that this is when this art was created or minted in the case of NFTs. And I think we're going to start seeing more of that. We're going to start seeing, remember how we used to collect like Beanie Babies? we're going to start seeing more people collecting digital collectibles. And I think by then, when that happens, they're not going to be called NFT art anymore or art used in NFTs. I think they're just going to be called either just art or digital collectibles. I think digital collectibles might be the next name that we phase into. And then from there, it might just be photography, art, plain. Another big one that I think will happen for mainstream adoption is going to be sports. You have your basketball, you have your NFL, you have hockey. There's so many sports out there with a huge number of sports fans, and you're going to see a situation where maybe your season passes to that sports game is going to be an NFT, and when you get to the gate, a token proofs your ownership of the NFT, or again your season pass, and it has your row and your seat. There's provenance, easy to prove. So we're going to start seeing that. But before that can happen, obviously, there has to be that ease of use. Like it has to be very easy to pick up, like one stop done, not 10 million steps done. So, what else do I think could bring mainstream adoption of non-fungible tokens? Theme parks. Theme parks are a huge one. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. Your season pass actually makes it so much easier because I have season passes to some theme parks, and the whole process is kind of annoying. And I feel like if it was an NFT, it might not be as annoying. Like, we know this is what this is when it starts, this is when it ends, and there's so many things you could do with a smart contract. Like, okay, on so date, this automatically poof done, right? Versus just like the headache I get with some of my membership to theme parks. So I think another one where we can see possible mainstream adoption of the non-fungible token will be theme parks, like maybe places like Disney, places like Six Flags, using NFTs for their membership or to get in. All right, so this last example is pretty random, but I can see it happening. So picture this. There's a big movie that's about to come out, and you can literally buy an NFT as part owner of that movie. Avatar, I don't know, some big movie that everybody wants to watch, right? And you can buy this NFT as part owner, and when the movie comes out, it serves as your entry, and it also serves as just a digital collectible because people collect things. I collect airplanes, like not real airplanes, I wish. I collect, little cars and little airplanes. It would be like a digital collectible. It's digital collectibles are nothing new. Like, it's not like, oh my God, this is a new phenomenon. It's not. People have been collecting things for a very, very, very long time. All right. Did I say last example? I lied. Okay. There's one more that popped into my head just now. So another example that I think could bring mainstream is obviously we already have gaming, but what I've noticed with gaming or major gaming companies and why they have been resistant to coming into NFTs is because of their base. I've seen like a lot of negative talk from like the gaming community about NFTs. And again, I'm gonna circle back to bad press. If we can tackle the bad press and the misinformation out there about NFTs, I think NFTs would do really, really well for gaming. I think it'd be amazing for gaming, being able to use the non-fungible token to prove ownership and provenance of whatever digital assets you have in a game. And again, like I said, smart contracts can do so many amazing different things. It would just make a lot of sense, right? All right, so those are some examples of things I feel could take NFTs mainstream. But again, one major thing might have to happen, and that would be the name NFTs being dropped. Not dropped technically, but dropped as a description of what it is versus what it's supposed to be, which is the technology behind what it is. If that makes any sense to you. For example, if I'm buying digital collectibles, I'm not going to say they're NFTs. I will call them digital collectibles on the blockchain using NFTs. I know it sounds longer, but I think that's probably going to have to happen. Remember when Reddit launched their NFTs? Every single person that hated NFTs on Reddit was suddenly running to get an NFT without knowing that they were getting an NFT. I'm not sure if I missed anything, but I'm sure this is a topic that I'm most likely going to circle back to again. You know, will NFTs go mainstream? My answer is yes, I think it will. I'm standing very firmly on the fact that the non fungible token is going to be used for everyday things eventually. And when it does happen, some people might not even know that they're using an NFT, and it won't be, you know, the whole negative vibe that we get from the outside of the NFT space world. It would be, okay, this thing is just what we use, right? Like driving a car, it's what we do, or going for a walk, it's what we do, or drinking water, it's what I need to do right now. So yeah, I think mainstream adoption of NFTs definitely will come. All right, so that is it for this episode of the NFT Talk Show podcast. I am Tony Payne. If you have not, do not forget to subscribe and do not forget to check us out on YouTube. We are now on YouTube, yes, because now you can see my face. So we are now on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us. We are also on TikTok, NFT Talk Show. We are on Twitter, NFT Talk Show. We are on Instagram, NFT Talk Show. And if you would like to support the NFT Talk Show podcast, you can go ahead and join our community by minting our community token. The link has been pinned up to our Twitter page at NFT Talk Show. That is going to be it for this episode. And you know what it is. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell their whole street. As a matter of fact, just go yell it out somewhere to tune in to the NFT Talk Show podcast. There is this wonderful person called Tony Payne that hosts the show, and she will be telling you all about NFTs and why NFTs are going mainstream. All right, that is going to be it. You know what it is. I will catch you on the blockchain. Bye.